بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله أما بعد. Marhaban, welcome back to our review sessions of our resources. This recording is to go over with you resource number 7 on page number 111 of our Ajrumiyyah workbooks in study of basic Arabic grammar. I really hope you've been having a wonderful time with this book and with these classes. And I ask Allah Ta'ala to bless your efforts and to give you success. Don't get intimidated, but rather focus, seek the assistance of Allah Ta'ala, and ask Him to open up understanding of the language of His book for you. May Allah Ta'ala give you success. Let's read together. Resource 7. أسئلة مراجعة من الدرس السابع. These are review questions that go along with the 7th lesson. So the expectation here is you've read and you've studied the 7th lesson under a highly skilled and qualified teacher. But in the absence of such a person, you've relied upon my recordings and you found some benefit in there, insha'Allah ta'ala. And we ask Allah ta'ala for acceptance and forgiveness. And so ideally, you've studied that 7th lesson, you've memorized the text. If not memorized it, then you've become very, very familiar with it. And now you're ready to check your understanding, or you've already checked your understanding and you wish to go over the answers with me and perhaps get some clarity on some of the questions and answers. السؤال الأول, the first question. الإعراب هو. إعراب is what? What is إعراب? A. تغيير أوائل الكلمة لاختلاف العوامل الداخلة عليها لفظا أو تقديرا. Changing the first parts of words due to the various tools of influence, linguistic devices of influence that have been employed in that sentence. لفظا by wording, أو تقديرا or understood to be there but not actually spoken. B. تغيير بعض الكلمات بسبب اختلاف الناس فيها. The changing of some words because people differ about them. C. تغيير أواخر الكلمة لاختلاف العوامل الداخلة عليها لفظا أو تقديرا. Just like answer choice A with one difference. أوائل is now أواخر, the ends of the words. And D, ما لا يصلح معه دليل الاسم ولا دليل الفعل. All right, so let's eliminate some of the bad answer choices. D, obviously, is the definition of a harf, if you remember the text. And B is quite strange, that we're going to change words because people differ about them. That sounds like deviation in the religion and tahrif an-nusus. That sounds like people changing the texts of Revelation to fit their desires or something. Anyway, so we've got A and C as our possible answer choices now. So essentially, are we changing أوائل الكلم or أواخر الكلم? Are we changing the beginnings of the words for إعراب, or are we changing the ends of the words? Now, we did have some indicators of nouns and verbs that are found in the beginnings of words, like the sin for the future, سيعلم, remember that? And like قد that comes before a verb and so on. But as we talk about إعراب, that's a different subject. إعراب is تغيير أواخر الكلمة. It is the changing of the last parts of words due to linguistic tools and various influences, whether they are stated or understood. And so the correct answer choice, obviously, is C. السؤال الثاني, the second question. كم عدد أقسام الإعراب? How many different categories of إعراب or cases are there? A. أربعة. B. ثلاثة. C. خمسة. D. خمسة وعشرون. And the correct answer is A. أربعة, as we have studied. From the exact words of the author, وَأَقْسَامُهُ أَرْبَعَةٌ. السؤال الثالث الخفض والمخفوض يقال لهما أيضا. These two words, خفض and مخفوض, they can also be expressed with two other terms. They are synonymous to two other terms. What are they? A. الرفع والمرفوع. B. النصب والمنصوب. C. الجر والمجرور. Or D. الجزم والمجزوم. So the four answer choices are the four cases of i'rab themselves, but which one is synonymous with al-khafd wal-makhfud? It is C. al-jar wal-majroor. So the khafd case can be called the jar case, and a word that is makhfud can be called majroor, and the intended meaning is the same. The word that has a kasra as its base indicator, or alama. And that word alama leads us right into السؤال الرابع, the fourth question. علامة الرفع الأصلية. The indicator of rafa, of a word being marfu', the original one, the base indicator, is which of the following items? A. Al-alifu. B. Al-ba'u. C. Al-fathatu. Or D. Al-dhammatu. And of course you know, the correct answer is D. Al-dhamma is the base indicator, the original indicator. Al-alamatu al-asliya lil-raf'i. That's al-dhamma. Like ja'a Zaydun, ja'a Khalidun, and so on. السؤال الخامس من أقسام الإعراب. From the cases of i'rab, or the categories of i'rab: A. الاسم. B. الفعل. C. النصب. Or D. السكون. And the correct answer is C. النصب. Because, as the author rahimahullah ta'ala stated, وَأَقْسَامُهُ أَرْبَعَةٌ رَفْعٌ وَنَصْبٌ وَخَفْضٌ وَجَزْمٌ. So nasb is the only one that represents one of the aqsam, one of the cases of i'rab. السؤال السادس مثال المخفوض. An example of a word that is makhfud, a word in the khafd case. And of course, synonymously, we could say mithalul majroor, a word that is in the jar case, a majroor word. A. Zaydun. B. Zaydan. C. Zaydin. Or D. Zayd, with a sukun on the dal. So, one of those is not even a real word in Arabic. That is D. Zayd, with a sukun on the dal. That doesn't exist in the Arabic language. And coming up in lesson 8, we'll find out why, because there is no ism majzoom at all. There is no such thing as an ism majzoom. So you should remember that we studied the base indicators of all four cases. The base indicator of the khafd case of a word being makhfud is a kasra. So then the correct answer is C, Zaydin. With the two kasras there, you know it is makhfud. And remember, a word being makhfud in the khafd case is a special sign of that word being a noun, an ism. Barakallahu fikum. السؤال السابع, the seventh question. مثال كلمة مبنية. An example of a word that is mabni. And remember, all words are either mabni or mu'rab. الكلمات إما مبنية وإما معربة. Words are either mabniya or mu'raba. And we talked about which kinds of words are mabniya and which kinds of words are mu'raba. Your answer choices are A. Fi. B. Al-Qamar. C. Yajlisu Zaydun. Or D. Moosa. So which of these is an example of a word that is mabni? And so remember, we said mebni words are all huruf. And here we have one of these answers is a harf, and that is answer choice A. And all of the other answer choices here are mu'raba. There are two nouns and a jumla fi'liya, a fi'l and a fa'il, both of which are mu'rab, present tense, fi'lun mudari'un, and you have fa'il, zaydun. So all of that is mu'rab, and the only mebni word here is A, fi. السؤال الثامن مثال كلمة معربة. An example of a mu'rab word. A, دخل. B, في. C, هو. Or D, الرجل. Now, take a look at them one by one. A is دخل. That's a past tense verb. And if you recall, past tense verbs are مبنية, not معربة. B is في. And that was our answer choice for the example of a mebni word in the last question. Obviously, the answer cannot be B. C, huwa, that's a pronoun, and pronouns are mebniya. And then D, ar-rajul, and we've used ar-rajul enough to know that it could be ar-rajulu, or ar-rajula, or ar-rajuli. And so that means it's mu'rab. Could be marfu', could be mansub, it could be majrur. السؤال التاسع مثال تغيير أواخر الكلم لاختلاف العوامل. An example of the changing of the last part of words due to the influence of various actors or linguistic tools. A. جاء زيد becomes جاء عمرو. B. هذا زيد becomes رأيت زيدا. C. يجلس زيد becomes يجلس زيدون. Or D. تعلمون becomes كلا سوف تعلمون. So, answer choice A is changing the meaning of the sentence, not the structure or the grammar. It's just replacing Zayd with Amr. That's not تغيير أواخر الكلم لاختلاف العوامل. B. هذا زيد changing to رأيت زيدا. Oh, here we have Zayd being marfu' Zaydun, and then because of a verb coming and Zayd becoming the object of that verb, it becomes Zaydan. That is an example. The correct answer must be B. As for C, يجلس زيد and يجلس زيدون, that's changing a mufrad to a jama'. That's changing a singular noun to a plural noun. That's not an example of اختلاف العوامل, of tools of influence affecting the word Zayd, because the same setup is there on both sides, يجلس and يجلس. As for D, تعلمون and كلا سوف تعلمون, well, nothing came to change تعلمون. تعلمون is the same on both sides, so nothing influenced it and nothing changed it. Meaning, the word كلا did not influence تعلمون, nor did the word سوف. The سوف did not do anything to تعلمون. It's not like the word لن, which would change تعلمون to تعلموا with the removal of the noon. So, no influence has occurred in answer choice D. So the correct answer choice then, again, is B. السؤال العاشر والأخير. The 10th and final question. علامة الجزم الأصلية. What is the sign of jazm, the original base sign? A. السكون. B. السين. C. الكسرة. Or D. لا يوجد الجزم أصلا. That's interesting. There's an answer choice here for someone who wishes to deny one of the 4 cases of i'rab. Obviously, D is wrong. We've studied that jazm does indeed exist. Okay, so we have sukun, sin, or kasra. Which one of these is the sign of al-jazm? And you know, the original sign, the alama asliya for the majzoom case is A, as-sukun. Barakallahu fikum. I hope you did well. I hope you're really enjoying these lessons and these reviews. May Allah Ta'ala grant you success and grant you understanding of the language of His magnificent book and the language that His messenger spoke, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and the language of the Salaf as-Salih and the language of the ulama until today. May Allah Ta'ala bless us all with great levels of competency and understanding this amazing language. وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. And let's get ready for lesson 8, inshallah.